Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody wants to learn how to draw this, and I see a few flaws in it. Maybe just how it was designed, but they want to make an artistic media brush out of this particular deal. I don't know. I finally figured out what was going on, but I just drew it so we'd be on the same kind of dimension. I just drew a square box. I'm going to go and convert it to a curve. I'm going to get my shape tool and I'm going to add a node. And then I'm going to deselect and take that and I'm going to like hold down the control button. And this would be a lot safer because these S have to be perfect. So let's, man, this thing's huge. So let's make it like 5-inch nudge. See, that's going to get us a perfect, I just hit that lucky. Add, deselect so you only get the one. So there we go right there. Now, while we still got it up here, I'm going to try to fix that too. Let's go to Effect and Contour. Let's contour the inside 1 inch. That's not even close. Let's contour 5 inches. Too much. Let's go 3. Wow. Okay, we got it. Now let's nudge that out of the way. I need to break the contour apart. And this will be a good lesson on really something that's important. Um, that's huge. I'm going to make it, well, I don't, I can't imagine 131 inches. There's no way. Um, I'm going to hit P, put it in center page. And what I'm going to do is going to be real important for doing this. See that right there? I need to make a line offset to get this offset. There's no, okay, here, let me explain this. You can't take a line and change it to like, well, you know what, you could, 1/2 of an inch and move it up. You could do that. Matter of fact, that's pretty good. But what you could also do is take that line and make it something other than a hairline. Let's make it 36 points. And then go to object and convert the outline to an object. And when you fill this in, that's what you're going to get. Now, that would work for the first one, but we need to interlock these guys. So what I'm going to do, I should have done it over here. Well, let me just draw it again because I need that broken part. So really that line, well, I'm going to have to make a duplicate of this guy and move it over. Oh, I did not make it copy. I think I hit enter. You can also figure out mathematically, but we're going to, well, you know what I need to do? I need to group that and then Control D, and we need this to work. Now I'm not gonna do it with my thicker line. I didn't even think about, unless you have a particular measurement, that right there would work. So what we're gonna do now is take the Smart Fill tool. Let's use blue. And then what you want to do is Control D and mirror it and mirror it, and then put this down here. That way it's going to be, I got to be perfect. So grab that node and have it snap to it. Now this needs to continue on to the next one. And I think this is where the person made the mistake with that line. I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to move that out of the way for a second. And then I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key and delete that line, and then move this back up and delete this line, and then take my smart fill tool and fill that in. Now let's go see if this is going to work. So I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to nudge that up. Man, I'm working so, well, that's only a half inch. Let's go 5 inches. Nudge that up out of the way, nudge that out of the way. And let's group that together. Let's go ahead and get rid of these lines. And what would also help if you would group this together. And then when you put this in there, and then Control D and move it over, well, we're no certain measurement, Control D, and then let's just move this over to here, and then Control D, and Control D, as many as you want. Now, the only problem is the two ends are going to be, you know, they easily fixed. If let's say this is all you're going to do, and you wanted to change this to make it look like the end, you could just take your, well, I've got it grouped together. One thing you could do is just take 2-point line, and I would go from here to here on this, and then grab your pick tool and expand it. That way you're even. You can't just, well, that did work. So see, this way, by doing that, you have an end. Well, I'm just going to virtual segment delete that key. And you know what? There's that line. Maybe this is the best way to do it. Just, we're going to have to smart fill everything in for this to be perfect. Whoop. I knew I should have zoomed in. And you could fix that. Basically the same thing. But now let's take the smart fill tool. Well, first of all, before we ever do that, group that together. Very important. So you can move it. Now the shame of it, you're going to have to fill these in. But see how the end works? So now all you have to do is move this out of the way for a second, nudge it, and then grab that, which is all one piece, and nudge that back. This would make a very cool, I might even finish this tomorrow. It's late, and make a artistic media brush out of this item. But anyway, if we made it back size-wise, that would be almost identical. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.